G'day, Paul here from DOS Motor Garage. We're back again with our little beewee. So this is technically part 3, day 3. So to make things a little bit clearer and easier, I've actually made the jump and bought an Action 4. So we're going to film around the scooter today for 2 reasons: to see, you guys can see what we're up to, and then I can look back and see where the wires and cables go. So I'm just going to pan around, have a look at this. So what we're doing today is we're going to strip all these accessories off the frame and dash, and just to take careful note where all these wires run and route and that sort of stuff. And it's not just being OCD, it's actually quite crucial, because you know, when you turn handlebars, and you don't want cables getting pinched and whatnot. So I've already worked out this cable here is for the boot lock, and it actually goes through the frame in here. So I'm actually going to get a bit of MIG wire and tie it to the end. So I'll tie that bit of MIG wire to here. So when I pull the cable through, I can just loop it around there. So when this frame gets sandblasted and powder coated, it'll be all sweet. The reason why I'm doing this, you think I'm going to this extreme. It's not that much work to get this motor out. It's just a few wires, and I've already got the cables disconnected basically. And there's one pivot bolt. Where is it? So yeah, just down there's a pivot bolt down there, and the rear shock, and the whole, you'll see it, the whole section comes out. You can see just the amount of surface rust on this. Starting to rust a bit more over here, but it's not structural at the moment. It's all good. We'll get this up on the hoist. I might even show you guys how I'll do that, because a lot of people go, how do you get your bikes on the hoist? I'll push them up. People think I pick them up. I'm strong, but I'm not Hercules. Yeah, that easy. This is the dodgy bit. Got to get up here. Put up in the centre stand. Actually go a bit more forward. That's it. That's how it's done. All right, wish me luck. So I got my MIG wire tied up to here. I'm going to pull it through. Yeah. Because if I didn't do this, you know how emotional it'll be to run this cable through. That. And just might run it. That's it, job done. All right, so I'm going to get this front wheel off. So off camera, I've jimmy rigged this on a motocross stand. I'll make this one aside for now. There's the front wheel off. I might as well take the handlebar off while I've got the... Oh yeah, straight up. Oh, I'll have to get that grip off. D-I-D, ergo. Yeah. Alright, I'll put it on my pile of stuff to take the sandblaster. Dowley boys, yep, that makes sense. Done. Oh, I like those guard bolts. I might put them in the bag so I won't lose them. I'll do that. Right, forks, they look like 17s. 17? Yeah. How cute are these forks, eh? Got a guard actually coming for the white one. I think it's coming today actually. It's like, oh, it's got some dowley boys. Oh, that's right. You mongrel, you have to undo. Yeah, you have to undo the cap. Oh, man. All right, well that wasn't really tight anyway. Yeah, so this cap bolts onto here. I'll put that there so I can trip over it. That's a good spot. That stinks. Just got a whiff of the fork oil. That's done, that's done. Look at that. I now can finally get this stupid plastic shield off. It's like that's got to be the first thing you put on. Wow, that's emotional, eh? Chuck that in a pile of plastics. Got to find out. I've got to pick. All right. Pens always drop to the ground. Yeah. Chuck it over the. All right. So now, I get rid of this. It's a cool thing about scooters. The whole thing. There you go. I'll chuck that down there for now. Ah! It's not that heavy. Oh, I've got to get the center stand off that too. So, there you go. One stripped beewee. All right, cheers guys. The beewee parts are back from the powder coater. So I'll just walk around and show you what's happening. So this is my plan. So I'm just going to bring the camera with me. So here you can see the frame's all back from the powder coater. Looks really good. Now, let's zoom in a bit. So you see it, it's all nice and fresh. We've got bits in this table over here. I'll walk the camera around so you can see a better view. And over here, I've got the, now I'll get it off my face for a second. Don't have a cameraman yet, it's me, so bear with me. So what I've got here is the engine and the transaxle thing. So my plan is to seal this up, kind of, then I will take it. See this grey cabinet in the background? That one there. So I'm going to put this assembly in the grey cabinet to blast this alloy, because it's all corroded and stuff. It'll look really nice once it's in the bike. That's right, I've got to do the wheels. I'll show you that in a sec. So I've got to put the back wheel on this, change the bearings, put the triple clamp on that, put the forks on. I've got new gaiters, put the front wheel on. Then I can slide this onto the assembly. So there's a lot of work to be done, so I better get cracking, because I've only got about 5 hours. If I can get this as a roller today, it'd be fantastic, because it'll just clear up a lot of space. When you do projects of this magnitude, it takes a lot of real estate. All right, let's get cracking. I've got the wheels back from the powder coater. There's the back one, there's the front one. Now I've got new wheel bearings in the fridge, and I've got these bad boys, right angle valves. It makes pumping up much easier. So the plan is, so I've got to take the front disc of the old wheel, got a new front tyre there, and funny enough, I've got a brand new rear tyre that came on the white one, so I've got to strip this tyre. I've got to show you this. So this front rim must have had a flat. I was taking the disc off, and I'll take the tyre off, and look at this. Green vomit soup. There you go, sloshing around. So it must have had a flat tyre, and they put some, yeah, it's gross, eh? All right, that's going in the bin. So yeah, I've got the new tyres on, just got to beat them up. Still a little bit early, don't want to make too much noise, but I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a close-up with this engine and assembly. So obviously that's where the back wheel goes. Pretty cool how these things are. There's a little fan to keep the engine cool. Glass cabinet at the moment. We'll bring this all up like new. So if I did a little walk around, be able to see that nice and clearly. Not sure if you remember, I'll put a wire in here so I can run the, for the boot release. That's it, for the boot release. Man, I've got a lot of work here. Oh, here's the bits and pieces back from the powder coater. I've also got the front and rear rail. That come up really good. That's upstairs out of the way, because I don't need here taking up real estate. So I got the bearing shells out of the frame. I had to resort to just welder, keep building it up so I can get it out. So with the top one, I came up this little jimmy rig. So I've got this old bar through there, and I've, oh yes, come on, focus, just focus on. Yeah, see, I've welded the end of the bar on there onto the shell itself, and that was to knock that out. So that's just something I just come up with, and I thought, that's awesome, I'm going to use that again. Yes, as you saw, I just gone through and retapped all these holes and threads, and in hindsight, I probably should have put some bolts in there to stop the powder coat getting there. It's been a while since I had stuff powder coated. It's a bit of a pain, but good finish. Front wheel, just here, new wheel bearings ready to go. It's a new tyre on it, so that's ready to go. I was just going to show you guys here. So on this beewee, it's very common. So this is your, I don't know if you can see, it's a bit hard with this light. Right at the end of the screwdriver, that's the end of your starter motor. Turns this gear, and then it turns this one-way clutch here for the start to turn the engine over. So often, like I've got to do this with my red beewee, these get a little bit seized. So you go to crank it, and it sounds like it's got a flat battery, but it's not a flat battery. It's just mechanical, mechanical seizure. So I'll pull this apart. I've already pre-loosened these before. They can be very tight, so use a good screwdriver, and we'll go through and see what's all about. I've just removed this gear here, so it goes in that way. Now inside here, you can probably just see it. Lighting's not the best here, sorry guys. So there's a bearing in here. I'm going to clean this up because it's catching a bit. And on the shaft here itself, on that shaft, it's a bit notchy. And there's, you can just see the starter motor gear there. And then you've got, so down here, there we go. So you've got these two washers. So it goes washer, gear, then washer, and then this plate on the end. And even this plate to get this clean up. Now I can actually slide this one-way clutch gear. So this is your one-way clutch. There's some bearings in there. You see those bearings? This is all pretty dodged too. All right, there's a washer. So there you go, that sits in there. See how it spins one way and locks the other? That's how it cranks the engine. I've actually got a new bearing for here. I'm going to replace this bearing because it just feels a little bit notchy. So I'm just got a new bearing in this for the starter clutch. Those of you who are interested in what bearing number it is, it's 6003 bearing, right there. So that's all spins nice and freely now. Now, how this works, it's a one-way clutch system. If you look inside here, you can see those rollers and a little detent spring in there, and it just slides. See how it slides in and out? So one way it grabs, the other way it just spins. I'll just put it together and show you. So washer sits in there like that. And I'll put this part on here slowly. Now I've just cleaned this out and gave it a lubrication. So it spins anti-clockwise, and clockwise engages the engine. So you can see these teeth here, that engages on the splines of the engine. I'll slide this on now, all together as a unit. There you go. All right, done, happy days. So you're giving this a clean, and you can see inside here, there's some, they call needle bearings, little cage in there. So I just gave it a good clean. It was a bit junky, and I've just lubed it up, bit of grease in there just to get it spinning again. I've got the washer on there. So now the gear, just got to make sure, so the chunkier gear lines up with this gear here, and the smaller gear lines up the starter motor. So there's a bit of an angling. All right, so I've got that. All right, got them all together. The second washer, and now a bit of grease on here. That sits in there. Get my big club hands out of the way, and that's it. I can put these screws back in. Now there's no Loctite or on these screws, so I don't think it's needed. Just give them a good, give a good tighten. That should be sweet. So that's going to stop any issues with the starter motor. Make sure it engages smoothly. If you remember the white beewee I was playing with, that little gear was partially seized. This one here, so it sounded like it had a flat battery, but that's all it was. I'm actually going to have to pull my red one apart, my own beewee, because it does it from cold. It's every time I start it. Actually, I should go start it, and you guys can hear it. Here we go. Listen to how this starts. Did it a little bit then. It's just struggling to start. Now it's making a lot out of me. And see, once it starts, you get that gear spinning. All right, so the starter is all together now. just going to put this variator and all that. I'm not going to go through it. If you guys want to know how variators work, I'm sure there's heaps of videos on YouTube. So I've worked it all out. I forgot about the Kickstarter bit that goes on there. So that's all ready to go. So this is your rear clutch. So it's got a centrifugal clutch. So as your RPMs increase, that they spin out and grab, and that drives on this spline here, the back wheel. You see it just moving. Now how this works, it's like a push bike, right? So it sits up the top at the back, so it takes off quicker. So the best way to do these, let's find this direction of the belt, that way. I spin these around. Hang on to that for a sec. Oh, I got this brand new clutch assembly from Italy, of all places. I better look at the drawings. Let's put it together for now. I can take it off later on. It just goes on there. And I've got my nut on here. And so it gives me slack. So now I can get all this stuff. This little star washer, that's the only thing connects this to the drive of the pulley. It's a bit of a Achilles heel, to be honest. Goes in there, and I believe it's that washer and that nut. She's looking proper. Give it a quick dugga. I'm going to confirm all these things. Give it a dugga, then I'll get some torque specs on it. That's it. That's the. So when this spins around, see, you will go. There you go. It'll find itself. Once you start it and rev it a few times, the belt will. There you go. It's start to go now. All right, that's it for now. I'll get this cover on, make this mess, do some other jobs, and look up this stuff later on tonight. So we got the beewee, the grey beewee, as a roller, which is really cool. It's looking really nice. So my plan is to, I've still got that upstairs. So I've brought the box downstairs, all the bits and pieces in this box. Have a look in here. Oh, wrong way. So I've just got the wiring loom and all bits and pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a few bits and pieces on. I've got the oil tank there and there's the cable. Oh, I know how I've done that. Hey guys, turn around. So here's the oil tank and this is the cable I've got to feed through for the boot release. And you can see I've got the ignition switch. This is the original Yamaha one. It didn't have a key, or I had the wrong key with it. So I got that sorted out. So now I've got the original key on there. It's all looking good here. Probably should have painted the forks, but that's all right. So it's got new fork oil, new boots here. It's new wheel bearings, it spins nice and freely. Still the powder coatings come up really nice. Side stand on, this little air duct thing. I checked the diagram, so all this is all together right, ready to go. So, that's my next adventure. I'm going to run these bits here. So they're all dirty and gunky and greasy. So I'll clean them up, blast them in the soda blaster, and I can put the, just here, parts everywhere at the moment, put this transmission cover back on, new gasket, the Kickstarter on there, so that'll be sealed up in this end. I've got a brand new throttle cable upstairs. Remember this one had this is the grey one, had a broken throttle cable. So what I'll have to do is hook up this oil pump. Oh, it goes this way actually. It's quite stiff. Oh, there you go. So I'll set up this oil pump cable and make sure it's according to the manual. There'll be a mark somewhere where you've got to set it on full RPM. And I can see a dot there, a mark there. So make sure that's all working. I can mount the coil. I'll have to clean up this paint off here. Oh, here's the feed for the cable. And what I'll use is, I've got the white beewee here, so that'll be my workshop manual. So that's it. I'll just start putting things on as I see fit and then do another walk around. And that'll be it for today. We've got other stuff to do. Really got to get back onto the bob build. So off camera, what did I put together? I put together the Kickstarter, put the cover back on. That Kickstarter spring was a punish. So I tried to do the second beewee because I've got them both done at the same time. This is a spring I'm talking about. I actually bent this spring. I'm not sure if you can see that, slightly out of round. So I'm going to have to heat that up. I found a trick to do it, but I just don't want to do it right now. I'm running into overtime. So that's all on there looking nice. Powder coated Kickstarter works, which is great. So what I want to do now is assemble the airbox. So I've got myself a new Yamaha filter, air filter. Here's the new throttle cable assembly. So I'm going to put the cable on. So put that cable on and I can put this cover on that side there, the fan cover, because they're all pumped, like I said before, it's just under there. So I'll assemble that. Then I can stick this exhaust on. I'll show this exhaust, it'll come up so good. Here's the muffler, it's all been painted, put back together, so it all looks nice and schmick and shiny. So that'll make a bit of smoke when it starts up the first time. So my plan is to get this together to a point where I can park it outside, and if it does, it looks like it's going to rain, nothing's going to really matter too much. So I've got the oil container back in. I've just put this bracket on for now. So I need to sort out the fuel tank. I need to put the cables, bottom cover, plastic, and then the foot cover to hold the battery. Dash on, a few more bits and pieces. I'm missing one of the blinker brackets, so I need to hunt for that. So one of these little brackets, I have no idea where it is. It goes off the blinker. I'm missing one. I've just got to probably look back through the video to see if I've actually missing already, but it's starting to look like a scooter again, which is fantastic. Yeah, get back into it.